I don't like snack. That's my own. Snaking movement is not my vibe, to be honest.
Because maybe that's what even caused the negative energy. Because if you're no, chill, hold on, I'm not done speaking, bro, chill.
If I don't see waiting go happen, you say get out of your coochie. Get out.
Omo, shame wear me kaftan. In fact, shame wear me senator. To be precise, Peter me senator. Shame hide me inside la boo. What kind of fight was that? Like, what was that about? How did things even go from 0 to 100? Like things went from 0 to 100 real quick. That's one fight I was not expecting, because the way it started, it was not even so much about them, right? And the whole thing just went from, in fact, let's not go deep into that yet. We are going to get to the part where the fight started and what caused the fight. But you guys, I thought the reunion had gotten to, like, this happened towards the end of tonight's reunion. So I thought it had gotten to the end and it was just like, you know, a few conversations here and there. I did not know that that is the fight that we're going to see tonight. But yeah, Chinwe and Chinne, they went at it tonight, and then so many things happened. More friendships destroyed. It's okay. Welcome back to my channel, guys. If you are new here, please go to subscribe, share, comment. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications, and also give this video a big thumbs up. So tonight's reunion started off with Suj and Tofa. Apparently they are also not in talking terms. They're also not in good terms. They're not even talking at all. They are literally beefing. I did not expect that at all. I was thinking that, okay, maybe even if they're not going to be so close, like, that's one friendship that I did not know had any kind of tension. I just felt like it would just be, they'll just be chill, not to the extent of not talking at all. So right now they're not even talking at all. What exactly caused the issue? From Topher's angle, he said that when he came out of the house, he said it was he painted it as a communication situation. Like, they came out, their communication wasn't really good. He sensed a particular energy, and then some things just confirmed the energy that he was getting from Suj. And one of the things that confirmed the energy he was getting from Suj was his birthday situation, right? So he said he invited Suj for his birthday, and Suj came very late when everything had already ended. Came with everything. You obstructionist. Okay, so Topher said that he invited Suj for his birthday, and Suj came late, like literally when everything had already ended, and he had no explanation for it. And then when his birthday came, he did not get any invites. Suj did not invite him for his birthday.
Then on that day, it came when the event had finished, and there was no proper excuse to why you're coming late. And then his birthday, I got no invitation.
That would definitely confirm to somebody that you guys are not on the same vibe. Like, we're not, you know, if your friend doesn't invite you for their birthday, then that already tells you something, right? So that is where he was explaining it from his own angle. Now, from Suj's angle, he was like, are you really serious? Are you really going to say that is what caused the issue? It was a communication issue. And then he now told his own story. So apparently he said that his own was Jersey. He had to do with Jersey. He said that they had discussed launching a Jersey. And Jersey, I've been a Jersey, they call him Jersey. They shall discuss launching it. Did they discuss launching it together? They shall discussed it, right? So on coming out, Tofa launched one, and he was not aware that any of that happened, right? He wasn't in the picture. He said that he did not expect that they will launch it together, but at least, you know, information, at least for somebody that in the house we discussed this, or for someone that we discussed this before, and for someone that we are supposed to be friends, he was expecting that conversation, and it did not happen, right? That's his own side of the story. And that there was even a situation where he was in the same apartment with Nelly or so. I think all this happened just after they left, when things were still like fresh or new. So I guess they were still in the same area, staying in the same apartments or whatever it is. He now said that Tofa sent for Nelly, like some of the jerseys. I mean, a set of Tofa sent one for Nelly, and then but then he didn't get any. So Tofa explained for that one. He explained that Nelly actually ordered for one. At first, Suj was like that Tofa delivered it himself, but Tofa debunked that, saying that he didn't deliver it himself and all of that.
The first batch had gone out. Nelly had gotten a jersey. I didn't even know that there was anything about a jersey going on. He sent her. He sent you the jersey, right?
No, she bought it.
Okay, he was the one that brought it to her. He didn't come and see me or anything when he went there to give her the jersey.
Suj now went on to say that he now went to Tofa and then, you know, found one that was his size. He liked it, but then Tofa was like that. This one is not a good fit. That when the next batch comes, that are going to give him one. At the end of the day, he didn't get any. You know, it was almost like he was being played in a way. He didn't want him to get the jersey. I saw the story take go. That's for Suj's angle. So both of them had their own different stories to tell. For Tofa, it was like, when did all this happen? That this Suj's story is not accurate, right? Then at this point, then after that arguing back and forth, Suj was now like that his family warned him. That part, I feel like he shouldn't have even said it at all. Like, he was saying that, okay, he said that his family warned him. After he left the house, his family warned him about Tofa, right? And even after that, he didn't still give in to it. He was still, you know, giving it a chance. And I guess later on, things still happened. So it's almost like they told him, but he did not listen, and then see where it led him to.
I was a real G to him, but somehow along the lines, man, like, I don't know where those lines were blurred, but they warned me about him. Like, my family warned me about him.
Why?
They were like, you give him the benefit of doubt, but we watched and we're seeing.
He should have not said that part. Like, that's literally setting your family up for drag. He should have just said he was getting a vibe and they're no longer cool. Whatever. Things got a bit heated up. So it was like, okay, since you're not going to agree to any of the stories I'm giving now, I accept it. I was the one that was at fault. It's fine. Everything's on me.
He ends up not showing up. So he's just giving the nonchalant attitude.
It's me. I'm the one.
Then they now addressed Sean and Victoria. I like the way they handled it, right? They handled it in a very mature way. So Victoria said that, you know, when she came out, there are some things that she saw that made her feel she didn't think what made sense. Some things that Sean said in the house that she didn't think made sense. He definitely did some things that made her feel some type of way. And she called him, Abby. They had a conversation, and then now everything is resolved.
Well, cool. There was no conversation. She understood my side. I understood her side. So
they're just chill now. It's not. I don't think they are friends or anything. They're just there. So she said they were already cool even before they went into the house, right? So how everything played out in the house, she didn't really like some things that he said. Came out, they've had a conversation, and now everything is okay.
Personally, I do feel like you would have done better on how we handled situations. Yeah. But then again, we learn every day.
From Sean's angle, Sean was like, he likes the fact that she gave him the benefit of doubt. She gave him room to, like, you know, explain his side or say something, you know. What else did they even say concerning Sean and okay. Ebuka asked them about their relationship. You guys know that a lot of people were saying that Sean and Victoria, they probably dated before they went into the house, or they were friends with benefits, right? So immediately he brought that one up. They were like, they did not date. They didn't have anything like that. They didn't have any friends with benefit. Benefit. Jesus. Any friends with benefit situation. They were never friends with benefits. They never had any sexual relationship. Nothing of that sort. Ebuka said, we have a clip, we have a clip. And they were like, hey, but he was actually joking.
There was never a sexual connection between us. I mean, everyone knows Sean likes girls with big ass.
Wait, no, I like it. Don't discriminate.
Ibuka went on to talk about the Ozzy, Victoria, and ONYEKA dynamics. And this time around, he was facing Ozzy. Like, he addressed the question to Ozzy about the triangle and, you know, just his part that he had to play in the triangle, and the fact that he most likely keyed into the whole thing and used it as his game. And Ozzy was like that, he wasn't playing a game, that he had genuine connections, personal relationship with Victoria. He also had a personal relationship with ONYEKA, that it was not him trying to play a game or anything, that it was not his gameplay and all of that. Me, I was just like, He literally keyed into that. He keyed into that narrative so bad. Like, he knew. Sorry, I feel like he was He was very, very intentional in how he was going about things, especially because at some point Ibuka addressed it as a triangle. So he was like, okay, if let's say this thing really happened for here, we can take this very far. So he knew what he was in. He was just being diplomatic with his answers.
I had a one-on-one relationship with ONYEKA. I also had a one-on-one relationship with Victoria that was founded on mutual respect between us. There was never a point where I purposely triangulated, if that's a word.
Ibuka even had to ask some of the housemates what they thought about it, and then DJ Flo said, yeah, that she feels like he enjoyed the whole thing, or he played into the narrative. These people are always making, there's no particular noise that is very ish to my ear, right? Anyway, since you guys can hear me, it's fine. Then he also asked Nelly. Nelly said she feels like he also played into that. For ONYEKA also said the same thing. Like, she feels like he played into that narrative and he knew what was going on, or he liked it. That even when she tried to remove herself, OC advised her like she stopped, forcing the removal. I mean, trying to get herself out of it. She should just, be free and chill. And then Victoria also said the same thing, that she feels like he liked the narrative, that in the house she didn't think it was intentional, right? But on coming out and seeing some things, it just made her feel like, okay, he was enjoying what was going on there. And the example she gave was like during one of their parties. She said, I don't know if you guys remember, there was one party where he was dancing with ONYEKA, and the next thing he went to meet Victoria, and then Victoria said he had a conversation with her, then he had to come and dance and all. Why is she sitting by herself? And she was like that, he should go and have fun. She said she was eating, that she go and have fun, and then he was saying something about like, every time you're always doing this, you don't want to, he always doing, maybe just not wanting to like vibe with him and all of that, right? And then after that, he now went back to ONYEKA. So like, just seeing things, with your insight, sometimes you may not see everything the way it's happening, like the way we are seeing it. So coming out and seeing how he was with ONYEKA and how he was just playing around the whole thing, she knew that, okay, this is an intentional thing, and he was obviously feeding into the narrative and stuff. So that was her own point of view. Then maybe asked him whether he tried to reconcile the two of them, that's ONYEKA and Victoria. He said he had a conversation with them that if they're open to reconciling, or if they're open to sit down and have a talk, that it would be nice for them to do that. And Ibuka asked Victoria if she's open to that. That's the conversation or a reconciliation, and talk about everything. And she said at this point she's just indifferent, that she just likes the way everything is, that everybody should just do their thing.
Is this resolvable?
So right now I'm indifferent. Like, let's just do our things. I'm going past it.
So is there one way you guys sit down and talk?
We'll see.
And then for ONYEKA, she was like, she doesn't like snakes. That's how she put it. She doesn't like snakes. So basically addressing, anyway, this is not the first time she's saying it. She addressed Victoria as a snake, and she doesn't like people like that, and she is not open to any kind of reconciliation. Everything should just remain as they are.
ONYEKA, do you agree? There's a world where you guys sit down and talk and go past things.
I don't like snack. That's my room. Snaking movement is not my vibe, to be honest. So I just want to stay on my lane. Should we say I'm not going to be friends now? That's what it is for me.
I personally don't think that their beef is even that strong. It's not as strong as some beefs that I've seen in previous seasons where the fans are like sworn enemies. Like it's so deep. Except maybe I've not been seeing the online fights. I don't really go online to like look at fan bands. I mean, a fan fights or whatever. But yeah. Then let's now talk about the Chinwe and Chinne situation and how we got to the point where we got to. So first of all, it started off with Nne and Chinwe. Right, so in the house they were not so like they were cordial, they were chill and everything. So people can ask what exactly happened, and then Nne was like, because you know in the last episode there was a little back and forth that happened. I mean, last 2 episodes there was a little back and forth that happened between Nne and Chinwe. So Chinwe was like that herself and Nne. In fact, it was Nne that said it at first that herself and Chinwe, they are cool. That this reunion is obviously for them to address things, that she just wanted to let some things out of her chest.
You still had a place in my heart and I had to let it out, and that's all we are doing here, right? Trying to resolve things and let things go finally.
And then that's when he now asked about herself and Chinne. That's Chinwe and Chinne. Chinwe now said that for Chinne that no, they've never had any relationship. She knows how Chinne has always felt about her and all of that. So she was talking, Chinne Chinne now said, like, always felt about you, how more like she wanted her to elaborate on that, right? And then Chinwe took offense because she had not finished speaking, and this was Chinne trying to like say, okay, well, how, like, explain what you mean by how I've always felt about you, right?
Chinne doesn't surprise me. I've always known how she felt about me. I came out of the house and
how
worried Chinne, you'll get to. I came out of the house and I saw interviews.
Because we are all ethnics also.
Girl, would you let me laugh? You're cutting me short. Be a civilized human being and allow me.
Chinne was like, you can make a point without throwing insults. The next thing she's like, what do you mean by insults? And that's when the insults started. You guys. Yo. How do I even go deep into these insults? It was literally them reiterating the same thing, like saying, you know, going deep into things. Chinne was dragging her. She brought up Zion, that she should face Zion. She should go and sort her things with Zion. Chinwe was like, you have your niece that you guys are still having unresolved issues. That what will make you not to be talking to your niece, somebody that you're older than with how many years?
You should go talk with people that are on the same wavelength with her.
Yes, we know. It's just the way you and Zion continue, Chinwe.
Me and Zion, you that you're beating your niece. You that you're living in the same house with your niece. And you're beating my niece with her. Wicked woman.
The next thing, she said, she was telling her that she looks 50. Chinne now said, me and you who looks older. You know, she was also dragging her too. And Zion came in a lot. See, good. Zion will never get out of this thing that Chinwe has put him in. So Chinne now said she should go and face Zion, go and collect her money from Zion. She should go and focus on her Zion situation before she comes to talk to her. Chinwe was using her cousin, that's Nne, as her point of her, as her own in her own conversation. Chinne was talking about Zion. The next thing that I started talking about knacking. You guys know what knacking is, right? I don't know if YouTube will allow to use sex now, but Chinne now said that you that went to knack in the house, or you that went to have sex in the house, right? And then Chinwe was like, you're trying to use that to shame me. That don't no, you're trying to use that to shame me. Sorry, 35-year-old virgin.
Get crazy. Even your future, not say you know, imagine you. Even my future, because you act like they just brought you out of a zoo. That is why when you came out, embarrass yourself. Anyway, that's why you went on national television to have sex. You want to shame me for having sex. Okay, 35-year-old virgin, congratulations. I never said I was a virgin.
Then the thing that she said that made them go crazy, I think she said something about you stay there and have cobwebs in your coochie or something. Like, They blurred out some parts, right? But that's what she said.
You said get out with your Gucci. Get out.
See, at this point, Ebuka just put his face on the side, like, it was just funny to me at this point. They just kept dragging each other, dragging, saying the most. You guys, I cannot. They know they explain this out now, I cannot be telling you this person say you're mad, this person say you're stupid, this person say you're crazy, this person say you dey bomboro cigar, this person say you're like having biscuits. You know those. I can't tell you like every insult that was, mentioned in their conversation. But yeah, they just had the argument, and that's how the episode ended. The episode ended in the argument. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Bye. I love you.